gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome one and all to another fantastic Furahi Day. It is fantastic because yet again we get to do this, the Safaricom live chat, where we enable you to hashtag do more with M-Pesa, not just in your business but in your life as well. And today we have an amazing conversation over the next hour. Today our topic is marketing your small business. Now, marketing ni kitu yenye we all think that we know what marketing is, but really hatujui vizuri. We're going to tell you all about that over this period. By the way, if you want to share this live chat, it's going to be so informative, especially for business owners. So do this, hashtag do more with M-Pesa. Tafadhali, anyone who you believe needs to hear this from us, tafadhali tell them to tune in right now. We are live at Safaricom PLC on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Facebook. I will be your host for the day. My name is Charlie Karomi. Karibuni sana. Now here's the thing. Today we're going to have an expert. Her name is Angelique Libese. Now this is a lady who knows what marketing is all about. She's been in the industry, the marketing industry, for about 15 years now. Worked in so many industries. I'm talking agribusiness, hospitality, banking as well. All doing marketing, all doing the things that we want to teach you about today, the basics that we're about to teach you. Now in that time, in the next hour, we will teach you, as I told you, about marketing your small business. And also, you stand a chance to win yourself a book. Yes, I know Leonie 25th, we are just, 3 months to Christmas, by the way. Happy Christmas beforehand in advance, by the way. Today, Christmas is coming early right here on the Safaricom PLC. You stand a chance to win a book by the founder of Centonomy. You guys know Washeke Ndwati's book. It's called Making Sense. Now, this is a book that everyone, including you as an individual or if you run a business, this is a book that you need to have on your library. So we are going to give you a chance to win that, and it is super simple. I'll tell you how you can go about winning that. But for now, you know it's all about hashtag do more with M-Pesa. We want to look at some companies who are doing that, who are using M-Pesa in their business operations and making everything so much more easier for themselves. Like Ultra Fitness Gym. They're this gym who are not only fit kimisuli, but also fit in terms of their money and their business processes. We're about to show you a very short video about how they're using M-Pesa. Kujisaidia. Look at this. Look at how they're hashtag doing more with M-Pesa. Let's go.
Is Maurice Odera. I run Ultra Fitness Gym in Kilimani. What we specialize in is weight loss, physical fitness, flexibility, and martial arts. My customers are a wide range. We have teenagers to middle-aged people to elderly people from all kinds of professions. We have people who are employed, we have self-employed people, we have stay-at-home moms. Also, we have people who have special needs like rehabilitation. This situation may slow down business sana. Most of my clients, I haven't seen them since this happened. So I started Zoom classes, which is online training. I took Lipa na M-Pesa in 2016. So I've been using it for 4 years now. And it has been very convenient in terms of collection of money. People pay us through the till, which brings about many benefits like security. You don't have to handle cash. And it helps you be able to keep track of your accounts. Lipa na M-Pesa imenisaidia kulipa bills, kulipa mavenda, watu wa kuletea maji, watu wa kuletea vitu za kusafisha, kulipa staff pia, imeleta convenience poa sana.
Straight from the business till, you can now pay salaries, pay suppliers, pay utility bills, withdraw to an M-Pesa agent or sell airtime. And what's more, you can now manage your till using the new M-Pesa for Business app, giving you an even better experience. Opt in today by dialing *234# and select option 2, or sign up for an M-Pesa business till at mpesaforbusiness.co.ke.
Hashtag do more with M-Pesa. You guys have seen how they're using M-Pesa in their processes to help their work a little bit easier. Now ni watu wenye huinua sijui mamawe for their misulis. So they're used to the hard work. They want their money to be a lot easier. Thank you guys so much for watching that. If you're just tuning in, welcome one and all to the Safaricom live chat where we are helping you hashtag do more with M-Pesa. Now we're together with Centonomy, the guys who know about money. These are guys who've been in the industry teaching people about finances and personal finances and making your money work for you. And today we have someone from Centonomy, an absolutely amazing lady. Her name is Angelique Benners-Libese. Been in the industry for about 15 years, Margaret. You know what? I can stay here all day telling you about all the sifa zake zote, but I'll do that later. For now, let me allow her to come and tell us all about herself. Madam Angelique, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
How are you? Welcome to the Safaricom live chat. Habari yako?
I am very well, and thank you for having me. This is a fantastic opportunity, and I'm really excited today to talk about what we're going to talk about, which I think will be exciting for a lot of people: marketing your small business, after, we've gone through things like COVID and we're still coming out of that. So I'm really, really glad to be here today.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Guys, before Angelique gets started, I told you have a chance to win a book, Making Sense by Centonomy founder Washeke Ndwati. Now, if you want to win that book, this one is exclusive to our people who are already using their M-Pesa business skills to make their work easier. Do this in the comment section. Are you watching us on Facebook, on Twitter, or on YouTube? Just go right now in the comment section and write your business name and your till number. We have 80. I'm being told we have about so many books to give away, almost 100 books to give away. Christmas is coming early today, so comment your business name, your till name, and then your till number down below, and we'll get the book to you. Now Angelique is here to help us with this topic: marketing your small business. Now Angelique, correct me if I'm wrong. Marketing is a thing that a lot of people think they know, but they don't really know about. And a lot of people use marketing, Nadina, advertising interchangeably, which I think is wrong.
Yeah.
So if I want to ask you, maybe...
No, absolutely. You are spot on.
If I had to ask you, so as we continue, we are going to be getting questions. By the way, guys, write any questions that you have. If you have a small business, if you have any questions about marketing your small business, tafadhali put them in the comments and we will direct them to Angelique. So first thing, I'm seeing over here, definitions all over social media, definitions all over the internet. Marketing isn't really described. It's described, this is according to Wikipedia, profitably using the results of studying short-term and long-term needs of those who can. Basically, it's using studies that you've done, looking at things. I never thought marketing was that. What is marketing? Hello, Angelique? Hello? Okay, Angelique will be with us in just a bit. So as I've told you, a lot of people use marketing and advertising interchangeably, but they're actually different. Marketing kind of involves you looking at the industry that you're in that work, in that space that you're in, and actually using some studies you've done there to help you in your business. Now, as we work towards getting Angelique back on, I want to tell you guys.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, Angelique is back. Yeah. Hi, Angelique. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. That applause is for you. Angelique is back on air. So I was asking you, what is marketing?
So that's a great place to start. I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, great. So what you've said is absolutely true. A lot of people have very different understandings of what marketing is. A lot of people make the perception of marketing and advertising as the same thing. So you kind of find people saying, I want to market my business, but actually what they want to do is they're talking about, I want to advertise my business. And they're actually two different things.
Yeah.
Advertising is part of marketing. Marketing is actually, like you had mentioned in one of the definitions you spoke to a few minutes ago,
Yeah.
is really about how do you understand the needs of the people you want to provide a service or a product to, and use that to create something that will solve that need. And then marketing means ultimately you're growing your business, because we're doing this to grow our business. No one markets for the sake of marketing.
Yeah. No, yeah.
The whole reason marketing exists is so that you can grow your business.
Okay. Now, as we continue, I'm going to ask we do this because I'll be a bit. Charlie Karomi is going to be a bit selfish today. In a few years,
Okay.
I want to be my own boss. Probably
Okay.
start my own small production company, making videos.
Okay.
Maybe kufanya videos a wedding hivi ama kutengeneza a TV show. So in regards to like that future company that I'm going to start, let's call it Charlie's Pictures, ama Charlie's Films. So to Charlie's Films, what is marketing? Marketing si kuweka tu advert on a billboard, ama what is marketing in regard to Charlie's Films, the company that I'll hopefully start?
Okay, so great example. Marketing for Charlie's Films is actually what you've just described. You have first and foremost named what kind of service you want to offer.
Yes.
Right? You have named it based on what you love, based on what you do well, based
Yes.
on what you have skills and technical expertise in, which is,
Media and
productions
film,
and
yeah.
films and things like that. So that's actually the beginning of marketing for any business. It's to identify what you're actually going to sell, what you actually want to provide.
Okay.
And you talked about this is something you want to do in the future, and that's very fundamental. Marketing doesn't start when you have a business. Marketing actually starts before, when you're still thinking about a business, when you're still
Okay.
thinking, how can I actually go out there and, like you're saying, be your own boss?
Yeah.
Marketing is the work that's done even before there's an actual business, because you can actually do very extensive marketing plans even before you've launched your business, because you need to identify, like I said, what product and service you want to offer. You need to scope out who you want to attract to your business, what kind of people, what kind of customers are you looking to attract. Do you want Charlie's Films to cover events? Do you want Charlie's Films to cover more sort of news and journalistic kind of coverage? Do
Okay.
you want Charlie's Films to actually target maybe corporate needs of corporate clients? Do you want to do things that are for maybe training, capacity building, and things like that? So by identifying which groups of people or which segments of customers you want to be able to attract to your business is also the beginning of marketing.
Okay.
Because we find there's lots of options. So Charlie's Films, do you want to start with events? Do you want to start with corporate? Those are all questions you have to ask yourself as a business owner, because that's going to inform whether you have the actual expertise and the capacity to do it.
So that's the beginning. Okay.
That's the beginning.
And then
Yes.
where do we go
So
from there?
once you
Lead
figured
us.
out what yes, exactly. So once you figured out what it is that you want to go out and sell, and you've identified a particular group of people. So in this case, Charlie's Films, you want to start a company that will be able to do coverage for events like weddings and other functions, and be able to package that and provide that to your customers. So the next thing you do is you have to figure out how much it's actually going to cost you to start that business. Or if you already are in business, you need to think about looking at your business in terms of how much does it cost you to actually run that business? How much do you need in terms of materials and supplies? How much does it cost you to actually manage things like logistics if you have to move things from one point to another? So if it's Charlie's Films, do you need equipment?
Yeah.
Do you need certain people, technical crew on board? How much will it cost you to actually get those people in to do the work for you? If you have equipment, do you own the equipment, or are you going to lease the equipment, so that you know how much it's going to cost you on a monthly basis? Are there other costs that you may not have immediately thought about? So maybe it's permits. Maybe you need to get a license. Maybe you need to have some other amenities and utilities that are actually going to help you do your business. Do you want to have an actual business location, or do you want to be able to have a mobile business where you're not based in a fixed location, but you're able to still service your customers at their point of need? So that's the next thing you need to do, is actually start to look at what are all the components of your business that require you to invest some sort of money or some sort of cash into, that will allow you to actually take your service to your customer. Because without identifying those components, you'll probably come across them as you move along. So a lot of people want to attract customers as quickly as possible. But then when you attract all these customers and you find, oh my goodness, Charlie's Films has gone out and said to 6 different people, we can cover your event in the next 1 week. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute, that event is happening on the same weekend for every single customer.
Yeah.
So all your clients will be calling and asking, are you coming to cover? And you're like, oh my goodness, I only have one crew of people. How will I possibly be able to cover everything? So that's very fundamental. Even before you start attracting people to your business, you need to actually see how much it costs and what capacity you have. When I say capacity, how much business can you actually cater for? How many customers, how many clients can you actually service in a particular span of time?
And that's still in marketing, like figuring out the resources that you need and what it takes and you putting that aside. That's still marketing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It is. Yeah.
Okay, so we've identified the exact customer segment that we want to deal with. We've identified what it takes to deliver our service. Kama mimi ni Charlie's Films, ile crew nahitaji, or maybe tuseme a simple example, maybe nauza hata mayai. I have chicken at home, nauza mayai. I've identified the people I'm selling to, na pia nime-identify na need gari ya kuzipeleka, na need pesa ya kununua trays, etc. So there is where we are. This is a lot. I didn't think marketing was this much. Okay, so we are at that point. What next?
Well, yeah. So yes, where next after you've done that? And essentially, to your point, marketing is a lot of business planning is actually marketing. Yeah. So people don't imagine that marketing is business planning, but that's what you're doing. You're actually sitting down and planning your business. So once you've identified all the different components of your business that you need to supply. Yeah. So for example, with the selling of eggs, you need the chicken, you need the space, you need the feed, you need, all sorts of different things. So you've covered that. The next thing you need to do is figure out, once you have a number and you say, it's actually going to cost me, in order for me to produce 100 eggs per day, this is how much money it's going to cost me and how much time I will need in order to be able to get to 100 eggs a day. Because maybe you can't do 100 eggs per day. Maybe you can do 20 or maybe 30 or maybe, 500. Yeah. Once you've figured out how much that is going to cost you, then the next thing is to say, how much do I need to sell this egg or this tray of eggs in order for me to cover the costs of actually producing it? And that's marketing. Like I said, it is still business planning, but it's marketing. Why? Because in order for you to actually have an understanding of whether your business is going to be viable, you'll now eventually need to know how many customers you need to attract. So if you need to get, if you calculated and said, at the cost of running my business 100 eggs per day, and I'm selling one egg at 10 shillings, I'll need 50 customers, for example. Yeah. But you might say to yourself, 50 customers buying one tray of eggs a day will allow me to meet the cost of doing business. But what if I was able to sell that egg at 8 shillings and get 60 customers and still be able to be competitive? Because now you start to look at pricing. And pricing is one of the most key elements of marketing. And a lot of people think that it is purely just a business thing, that you put a price down and maybe your accountant or your finance person who's helping you figure out the business plan will give you a price. But pricing actually belongs to the person who's wearing the marketing hat. And as a business owner, you'll obviously have to wear the marketing hat. Pricing does not belong to the people in accounts. The people in accounts and in finance will ask you whether your pricing makes sense. But you actually have the flexibility to sit down and say, based on the kind of product I have, based on the market I'm in terms of my competitor, and based on the needs of my customers, maybe, for example, you're the only person supplying eggs in a very remote area, so there's high demand. You could actually price higher than 10 shillings. You could price up to 15 shillings because you have very little, or if any, competition. And pricing is where you start to see that it completely changes how you can actually start to turn over your business. When I say turnover, how quickly you can get customers coming back over and over again.
Okay. And something that is the line that I am seeing through everything that you're saying, ni hakuna kazi hapa hivi inaweza fanywa na kukaa tu na just building the business in the air. all of this is based on research. Before you do how much you're going to sell it at, you both look at how much it costs you and how much the market can accommodate. Kama uko place yenye the commodity that you're selling is rare, you can sell it for even higher and make more money. So all of this is coming, even knowing what customer segment, all of this is coming from mtu kwenda outside kuangalia na kuangalia everything that's going on in the market, sindio?
Yes, absolutely. And that research and that groundwork that you'll do to actually find out what it is, who your customer is, who your competitor is, what does your customer need, is really, really important. And for businesses that have already started, it's something that you can go out and do even right now. It's something you can do even as you operate your current business, because it just allows you to do it better. It allows you to have more information to make better decisions about your business, because you might find maybe you were underpricing or maybe you were overpricing. But you wouldn't know unless you go out and you actually find out what's out there. Who's your competition? What are your customers saying? What do they like? What have they seen that they would like you to also provide them with? Like when your customer says, oh, nilienda huko nikaona, oh, there's this. Are you able to supply me with that? You need to listen to those kind of things, because anytime customers come and ask you, is this something that you can do? It means that there's a need that they have. That you need to really be listening for, because that might be an opportunity for you to expand your business into a certain sector, or maybe add more products or more services. Okay. So it's really important to always have and look for as much information as you can. And people say, oh, research, I don't have, how can I do research? That's for big companies. Let me tell you what, research is just a word for saying, how can you go out and gather information? And then how does that information allow you to make a decision? By giving you certain kind of, a direction. So this information now, when you start to look at it, you say, aha, this is what I can see. The information I'm looking at is telling me that there's some opportunity here, or there's a certain thing here that's happening, or there might be a problem there that I can solve. Yeah. So it's important to continuously get this information so that you're always able to keep your business, thriving.
Okay. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we are right in the middle of the Safaricom live chat with Centonomy. # do more with M-Pesa. We are helping you learn how to market your small business. With us, I'm your host, Charlie Karomi, and with us is Angelique Libese, over 15 years of experience in marketing. So when you listen to her telling us these things, this is experience speaking. So you need to speak up. You need to listen up. And also, if you want yourself a copy of Washeke Ndwati's book, we're giving it out right here. If you just comment down below and tell us your business name and your till number. This is for you if you're using Lipa na M-Pesa. We're ready to give you that book, Making Sense. It's all about real conversations about finance by Washeke Ndwati, the founder of Centonomy. Just comment down below your business name and your till number, and boom, the book is yours. So tumefika kwa pricing saizi, Angelique, and so far I've already learned a lot. I'm taking notes over here. I hope you guys are taking notes as well. So we've gotten to pricing, looking at your market, the people you're serving, your customers, figuring out how much you can sell your product for. What's next?
Yeah, so once you've done that and you've been able to at least set a price, and this is a competitive price, and there are various ways to check and see whether your price will make sense. For example, what's your competition selling at? What's the general market acceptance for a certain price? So, for example, if you're running a car wash business, what's the benchmark? Is a car wash going for 300 in your area? Is it 400? In some places, it might be less. It might be slightly more. So there are various ways for you to actually benchmark and tell how you can adjust your price depending on what's in your environment and what your customer is looking for. So once you've done that, obviously the next bit is to really start to create the demand. And when I say creating demand, I mean, how do you attract customers? How do you actually let people know that you have something? So in cases where you have a physical location, for example, if you're selling fruits and vegetables.
Let's do an example.
Might have a physical location.
Let's do an example now about, I'm seeing over here on our comment section on Facebook, Safaricom PLC, we have Peterson Khan. He's running a small mitumba shop and he's very eager to learn. So maybe let's use his example. Anauza mitumba.
Okay, so he has a small mitumba shop. He's setting up. So the first thing obviously is where you are physically located. Is this a place where people already come because they are trying to buy things? So for example, if you think about Gikomba, you think about Toy Market, some of these places are already known for, where you can find secondhand clothes.
Yes.
So maybe you've decided to set up a stall there, because then you actually have the benefit of customers who come there because they know this is where I can find secondhand clothes, good secondhand clothes.
Yeah.
Alternatively, if he has set up where he's maybe one of the only few. So in my neighborhood, for example, we have a shopping center as you come towards some of the estates, and then you have lots of different shops, and then you have a couple of people who actually sell secondhand clothes. And what you do is you have to be visible. So the first thing you need to do is to be very visible if you're in that kind of a space, and you want people to see you. So if it's just setting up, you want to make sure that you're visible. You want to make sure that you have all your products and your, in this case, his clothes. He needs to try and find a way to actually set up. And what we call, the technical term is merchandising. Merchandising basically means, how do you create an attractive way to display your products or your wares, so that whoever is walking by or whomever might be in the area might actually look up and say, oh wow, that looks like something I'd like to try. So that's important. Presentation. And even if you're not depending on the physical location to attract your customers, if the person who's interested in who's asked the question is interested in getting even more customers, is you can use that display actually to start taking pictures. So you can actually take pictures of your clothes, put it on a Facebook page, put down your location, and that becomes a way to attract people. But ultimately, you have to be visible. People have to know that you're there. So whether it's on a digital platform like social media, or whether it's physically where your shop is actually located, you need to be visible. You need to have an attractive display. You need to be able to get people to actually notice that you're there. So if you have an opportunity to even put a sign or whatever it is, so that people know if this is, Charlie's
Charlie's
closet,
films
or Charlie's
or
Peterson's, or whatever,
whatever
you want to call
clothes.
it.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean, so that people know, because one of the things that we take for granted is actually being visible as a small business and having a name. So in some sectors, like, when it comes to catering or hospitality, it's very obvious. You walk into a restaurant, you know the name of the restaurant.
Yeah.
But a guy selling tumba, he might just think that I'm just the guy. But it's like, maybe put a sign and say, this is Peterson's shop. Because then people say, oh, that guy at the corner, which one? Oh, Peterson. Because maybe there are two guys at the corner. How will people know who you are? You have to be able to actually have something that people can recognize and say, oh, that's the person who I can go and check for item X, item Y.
Okay. So making yourself that step, according to my notes, I have been taking notes, Teacher Angelique. That is step 4, creating the demand and merchandising and making sure that you're visible to your customers or potential customers. By the way, guys, if you have any question, it's all about marketing your small business right here on the Safaricom live chat. Andika your questions down below, and also write your M-Pesa business name and your till number if you want a chance to win yourself a free copy of Washeke Ndwati, the founder of Centonomy. She wrote a book called Making Sense, an amazing book over there. If you want to win yourself that copy, make sure as you're writing down your questions for Madam Angelique, you also write down your business name and your till number. Okay, I'm in the loop now. We are together to make your place, your merchandising and making yourself visible and creating that demand.
Exactly. And that's where I think a lot of people gravitate to when they think about marketing, because you're advertising your business now. You are actually showing people that you're available and you're there. So that's actually creating demand. It's, telling people, hi, come check it out, come and see, hot new looks at my shop, such and such available. So that advertising of your business is actually what partly is creating the demand. And that's when people get to know about it. And once you do that, once you've actually gone out and advertised and you've communicated and you've, put up some pictures on WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever it is, and people then find out about you, the next thing you want to do is make sure that people can find you. So if it's a physical location, somebody can find you. So if I'm walking by and I see this nice setup and, nice clothes that I can choose, fantastic. What about the people who are discovering about you online? You need to be able to show them how to get to where you are. Or if not, how can they reach you? Can they call you? Can they? And I see a lot of people doing some fantastic stuff on Instagram, WhatsApp number for orders, text, WhatsApp or Telegram for, inquiries and things like that. You want people to actually be able to access you,
Very
whether
easily,
it's through a digital forum, or whether it's directly through calling, or maybe even just coming to your shop. You want people to actually find it easy to get in touch with you, because the minute I see your stuff and I'm interested, the next thing I want to do is I want to find out how I can get your stuff, how I can come try it on, how can I make an order, how can I find out what else you have to offer. So you really need to have what we call contact, a way for accessibility and contact.
Yeah.
And in marketing, the term that you may have maybe come across is called it's called a call to action. What do you want your customer to do as a result of seeing these fantastic pictures and advertising that you've put up? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want them to call you? Do
Yeah.
you want them to come and see you? Do you want them to go and check out another page online? You need to be very specific about it, because that's how you're able to now funnel and get a wide number of people to start coming into your, you start with a wide number of people, and then you find that you're now able to get a stream of customers coming into your business. And once they do that,
Yes.
you have to be ready. Do you have what you said you were going to give them? So if I'm setting up and I have Mtumba and I have second, and I've said hot deals on the latest looks, fantastic ladies wear, and then I get like 15 people calling me, and I'm like, unajua sijaenda soko, so mpaka kesho. Sorry.
But
disappointment is one of the biggest things that stops people from coming back to your business.
if you had done step number 2, figuring out what you need to serve your customers and lining that up, if you've done step number 2 properly, how is your disappointment, Sindio?
Of course. And that's why I started back there, isn't it? Because I could have said, guess what? Let's figure out how to make the most attractive advertising for your business and get as many people to come knocking on your door and calling you and sending you WhatsApp messages.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, hold on, people, give me a week and then I'll come back with the product.
Yeah. Okay.
No. Make sure you have the product. Make sure that you're able to provide it to the number of people who've called. Make sure that you have a way to plan for the orders that are coming. So maybe someone has come and said, okay, I want some eggs. So I'm selling eggs. Say I want an order for 200 eggs next week on Monday.
Yes.
You need to be able to say, okay, in order for me to do that, then I'll need you to, give me a deposit or whatever it is. You need to be prepared. What do you require? How are you going to
Do the
bembeleza your
actual
chickens to lay eggs? I mean, all those things need to be able.
Okay.
It's called technically supply chain planning. That's a very big technical term for it. What it means is that every single part of what it takes for you to provide your customer with the product needs to be considered, so that you can have a continuous cycle of products that you are, or service that you can offer. So if it's Mtumba, make sure that you have a regular cycle of going to the market, getting your nice selection, so that every Saturday, Friday, maybe a Sunday, people are coming. You have the right stuff. You can even tell them hot deals coming next week, fresh stock. People start to get really excited about that, and you're able to keep enough supply going.
Okay. Angelique, I need to ask you before. I have some questions here. I'm seeing Lois from Thika, Ken Njogu from Nairobi, James from Rongai. Before we get to these amazing questions from our viewers, I want to ask you, what are some of you've been in this industry more than a decade, 15 years. What are some of the common mistakes that you see people doing when it comes to marketing? The frequent blunders that we do, so that we can learn from them and not do them in our own businesses.
Yeah, that's a great question. Some of the mistakes, blunders I've seen is, one, you advertise, so it's almost over promising and delivering. So you promise, you have a great ad, it's fantastic, people love what it is that you're selling, and then they can't find your product, or you didn't tell them exactly what this product is supposed to do, so they get disappointed. When they come, they're like, oh no, I thought this was supposed to do this. Oh no.
Yeah.
So you're not giving them the right picture. And expectations are very key, because if you set up an expectation, if you say, advertise your business and say, we're even going to deliver and we'll do guaranteed delivery within 24 hours. And this happened to me. There's a shop that went online during COVID, and they promised delivery within 3 hours. 2 days later, I didn't have what I had ordered for. This was just basic items, basic grocery items.
Yeah.
And that's a major, major blunder. If you're going to go out and promise people that you can deliver within a certain period of time, or you can fix something, or you can sell them something, or you have a certain quality of product and you can't actually give them what you have said you can give them, a big mistake. And I've seen it happening where both small businesses, even larger companies, sometimes you'll find that they actually attract a lot of people through certain advertising. But when you go in and inquire, you're like, oh no, I thought you said you could give me this within this time. And they're like, no, but then you have to do this first, and then you have to bring a friend, and then you have to do this, and then you come back tomorrow. And it's like, no, that will chase away your customers. And on top of that, it'll set up such a bad reputation for you that you'll have people actively saying, don't go there, don't go to that business, don't go and buy from those guys, don't order from there, because those guys are disorganized, or they promise this and they can't deliver. So that's one thing that I would really, really ask everyone to watch out for. Like, if you're actually going to say you can do something, do it. If you say you can tutor my kids so that they can learn French in 3 weeks, I hope so, because in 3 weeks' time, if they can't learn French, then I'll ask for my money back, right? Or I'll just feel like you cheated me.
If they can't
exactly. So that's one big one that I would.
So I want you to
do. So be realistic.
Yes. So we have Lois from Dhaka. Thank you so much for tuning in. And guys, by the way, I'm still telling you, if you want to win yourself a copy by Washeke Ndwati, her book Making Sense, you need to comment down below. Tell us your business name and your till number. Safaricom Abesema, Christmas is coming early. They are giving out copies of that amazing book. Right about now, we are seeing comments also asking questions. Lois from Dhaka Meuliza, how do I market my business effectively on social media? So what's the use of social media in marketing? Not just advertising, but marketing in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. So social media, and I think obviously more than ever before, given what has happened to the whole world because of COVID, people have either been forced into social media, or they've discovered more things about social media, or social media has actually been a game changer for their businesses. So social media, first and foremost, is a great way to actually scope out your competition. So remember when I talked about what you want to sell, what kind of customers you're looking at, and the kind of competition you have, it's a great place to actually scope out the competition, to get ideas for the kind of products and services people are interested in, and to actually get information about your potential customers. Because the beauty about social media is a lot of what is up there is publicly available. You don't have to go into, all sorts of things to try and get this information. You can actually just go online and start to look at, people's comments and, follow certain products, certain brands, certain trends, and you can actually start to see things that will give you great information about what people are looking for. So you maybe in your particular, if you're in a particular field, like let's go back to Charlie's Films, and you want to do event coverage and footage and things like that. So if people are saying, oh, guess what, my friend's wedding was last week, it was so awesome, and guess what, the guys who were doing the video even went the extra mile and did went ahead the next day to do some more coverage of the couple on their honeymoon, whatever it is, for example.
So
that's great information. That's great information tool, because you're actually starting to see what people are saying about your particular line of business, and you can use that information to say, aha, maybe I can actually start to consider whether I can do a value add in my package, or maybe I can do another extension of my product, or maybe I can do something that is more at home. I've seen a lot of businesses now that even extend their services at home. So if you're in a salon business, people were willing to have someone come in and do their nails and their hair at home. You can use social media to find out lots of great information. And I would encourage everyone who's out there to look at what information would be useful and how that can help them to actually come up with great ideas about how to market their business.
So apart from just, because a lot of people I think go to social media as a way to tell people about their product, but as you've said, you can also use it as a proper research tool. You see what people are doing, what your competition are doing, what your potential customers want, and that's basically research. Kuangalia tunakuuliza maswali. So basically that. Now we have Ken Njogu from Nairobi. He's asking, how much of his profits should go to marketing?
Very good question. Very, very good question. That's something a lot of businesses really struggle with. How much money, and even big corporates, I can tell you, there are extensive, planning and extensive, exercises done to actually figure out how much money should be put behind marketing. As a rule of thumb, and this is something that Ken can actually do it on paper. I would encourage anyone to do this on paper.
Mm-hmm.
If your profits are, for example, maybe you make 1,000 shilling profits every day, take 10%. I always say, rule of thumb, take 10% of your daily or monthly turnover and actually dedicate that to saying it'll go into a marketing activity. Now, in this case, a marketing activity could be many things. The most obvious people might say is, okay, I can now do more promos, right? I can advertise my business.
Yeah.
I can go and pay for social media. That's fine. Guess what? You could also use that money to do something like a free product. So maybe you say the first 10 people will actually get a free sample of the product you're offering, or will get 10% or 20% discount. That's marketing, right? But what you're doing is you're actually saying that 10%, if it's 100 shillings, because you're making 1,000 shillings profit, if you were to use that to market and say, what would be the best way to get in 5 customers, for example, because maybe you want to attract 5 more customers, what would you do with that 100 shillings? Would you go onto social media and push out some more ads? Would you use that money to actually offer a discount to the first 5 or 6 customers who come in? Or would you actually do a value add and say, I'll use that 100 shillings to do a free delivery for 1 or 2 of my customers? That's marketing, because you're actually taking that cost, but you're not taking a loss, because you've actually said that you're going to charge it to 10 out of your profits. You're going to take 10% and use that to cover your marketing. So I would say start with 10%. In some companies and some businesses, they go as far as 20-30%, just depending on how much marketing you need to do. Do you want to do a lot of research? Are you trying to create a new product? Do you want to invest in something like, for example, if it's Charlie's Films, are you going to also do a lot of editing? So you're not just doing filming, but maybe you want to do editing as well. So maybe you're investing in a new product line, which is a new service line, which is saying, guess what? Give us your footage and we can edit and package it for you. Give us your old photographs. We can digitize them for you. That's also marketing.
Hello, Angelique. Hello, Angelique. I think we're having some technical difficulty with Angelique, but she'll come back to answer our last question from James. Oh, wait, we have her. Angelique, can you hear us? Okay, we can't hear Angelique right now, but in case you're just tuning in, you are watching the Safaricom live chat, hashtag do more with M-Pesa. You're with me, Charlie Karomi, and our guest for the day.
I hope you can hear me too.
Now I can hear you. Angelique from Centonomy. How are you?
Okay, great.
You can
I
hear
was
me?
hoping we would get back on.
Yes. Oh, I was actually just telling people about what they're watching and also how they can win that book by Washeke by commenting their business name and their till number. But just to that second question, Mesema, percentage of profits, start at 10% and then work your way from there. And there are different marketing activities. Your advertising peke, there's offering discounts, saying buy one, get one free. Vitukai. So, okay, that's amazing. I have a last question for you before we go to see how the folks at Jogonas are using Lipa na M-Pesa in their processes. James from Rongai, he is a farmer. Yameuliza, what is the best way to market my farm and my farm products such that I get the best results? Hello, Angelique.
So,
yes.
The best way to market yes, I can hear you. So, your farm produce and your farm, what you're farming and what you want to, your fresh produce, right? That's actually a very busy, I have to say, category. A lot of people you'll find a lot of competition. You'll find a lot of people also selling the same things. So I would say you first and foremost need to know, who are you selling to? Are you in a fixed location, or are you able to do things like deliveries? Because you might find that there are people who are not able to, or they don't have the time to actually come and shop at a market, or to come to where your stalls are set up. So you might want to also go online. I would say start with some very simple online marketing. You can put up something on social media. You can put up something on WhatsApp responsibly. Don't spam people, but maybe just I know a lot of people who have contacted me on WhatsApp and very politely and professionally said, I just like to introduce you to something new that I'm selling. This is my price list. This is my catalog. you can get in touch with me and we do deliveries, right?
Okay.
That's a great way to actually do very specific targeted marketing. So for farm produce, I would say, because it's perishable, you need to be able to find a place where you'll get lots of people immediately. So set up a stall or find a way to have deliveries where you can get as many people as possible. So like I said, social media is one. Word of mouth, people take it for granted, but word of mouth is a very, very big way to actually get your product marketed. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your church people, talk to your chama people, talk to your neighbors, just about anyone. And as Kenyans, I think we're good at that. Just be social and tell people, guess what, nowadays I'm selling mboga, I'm selling kitungu, I'm selling fresh watermelon, I'm selling bananas and things like that, fresh from my farm. I can send you a price list. I can deliver every Tuesday. I have fresh potatoes. Every Wednesday I have. And so when you tell people, just word of mouth, even a text or just hi, seeing a neighbor, or maybe when you're talking to your church crew, letting people know, you'll be surprised. So, that in itself, word of mouth and just the very, quick messages here and there will actually get you a very good number of people to come into your business.
Okay, sawa. I want us to go and check out a business that is actually using M-Pesa to hashtag do more with M-Pesa. Remember, you're watching the Safaricom live chat with Centonomy. We have Angelique from Centonomy helping us with marketing our small business. Comment down below with your business name and your till number if you want to win a copy of Washeke Nduati's book, Making Sense, an absolute book that you need on your shelves, tafadhali. So as you guys do that, as you guys comment, let's check out this video of the folks over at Jogonas who have used M-Pesa in their business processes to make everything a lot easier. Check this out.
Caroline Njuguna. Our business name is Njuguna's Place. Njuguna's Place is basically a restaurant and a butchery. Our customers basically are everyone who's around us. There are so many buildings that are existing and some that are still coming up. And also with the busy highway, we normally get customers who normally walk in and just take their takeouts. We started using Lipa na M-Pesa like 5 years ago. There was no handling of cash. There was less fraud. As a business, we normally purchase our goods with Lipa na M-Pesa. We pay our workers using Lipa na M-Pesa. When the bulk is too much, we normally transfer the money to the bank using the Lipa na M-Pesa transaction.
Straight from the business till, you can now pay salaries, pay suppliers, pay utility bills, withdraw to an M-Pesa agent or sell airtime. And what's more, you can now manage your till using the new M-Pesa for Business app, giving you an even better experience. Opt in today by dialing *234# and select option 2, or sign up for an M-Pesa business till at mpesaforbusiness.co.ke.
And Mumona, how the folks over at Jogonas are using M-Pesa to make their processes a lot easier. *234#, or go online at www.m-pesaforbusiness.co.ke. Get yourself situated and learn how to hashtag do more with M-Pesa. Shout out to everyone who's watching us from everywhere. I'm seeing Jemima Nyakeo, Winnie Murunga, Light Chep Kiamboy, Crystal Patrick Kizito. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Safaricom live chat, where we are helping you hashtag do more with M-Pesa, and we are learning from Angelique how to market our small business. Now, Angelique, we just have a few minutes to go till 3 in the PM. Maybe some final words from you, from our expert, from our teacher today. What are some final words about marketing our small business? What do you want to leave us with?
Okay. So yeah, just a few parting shots. Definitely is to just encourage people to think about how they can extend themselves to their customers. So one way of doing that is don't take for granted how something for free can actually make such a difference. It sounds almost ridiculous to say it, but I can tell you it works like magic. If you're able to give your customer a free trial, a free product, a massive discount that's almost like, throw away like 80% off, do it. Because the best way for people to get to learn about what you do, to be able to actually form a really good connection with you and say, hey, anyway, that's my guy. That's the guy I want to buy from. That's the guy who sorts me out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give something for free. Work it out so that you don't have to go at a loss. I gave you the example of 10%. So take a bit of your profits and use that to cover the cost of it. But I can tell you, give people something for free and you will see the magic it works. A lot of times people get so caught up saying, oh, it's going to cost me a lot of money. If I give it for free, then they will never want to pay for it. That's actually counter thinking.
Yeah.
If you give somebody a chance to try your product for free, I can guarantee you they will call you up and they will come and ask for more, and they will be willing to pay even a higher price. That's actually the interesting thing.
Yeah.
With time, you'll actually be able to command even a higher price. So just something simple. Do a free trial, call up a couple of your customers today. If you're the guy selling boga, send some free Sukuma Wiki to your customers, maybe give them an extra bunch of bananas with their watermelon.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, your customers will love it. It's guaranteed to get you, good feedback, and it's definitely guaranteed to get you a lot more people interested in coming to you. So simple, easy, everybody can do it. Everybody loves to get something for free. Everybody loves to feel like they're special. So go ahead and try something today by giving your customers something that they'll appreciate.
That's amazing. By the way, in case you guys haven't heard, there's 500 MB free on Safaricom. I just got on mine yesterday. Give people free things and they will love you. And let me tell you, I am loving this right now. But Angelique, asante sana. You've taught us so much about marketing and what it means, and about how it's more than just advertising. Marketing is basically the entire business. Planning how you're going to deliver and sell and find customers. It's the whole thing. It's the whole thing, really.
It is. It's the whole shebang. But then the interesting thing is that it becomes more fun. The more you do it, the more you apply yourself to it, the more you actually start to get, comfortable with it, the more fun it becomes. So I encourage everyone to just go out, try something today, and you'll enjoy it. It'll reap the rewards for you.
Okay, we're about to go into the weekend. Any special weekend plans? What are you doing this weekend?
Well, this weekend is actually going to be a bit of a quiet weekend.
Okay.
I think I'm just going to be catching up with some of the shows I've not watched during the week, and have some popcorn and movie night at home.
Excellent.
But everyone out there, take a chance to rest, put your feet up. You've probably earned it. It's been a busy year. Despite everything, I think everyone deserves a good break.
True. Asante sana, Angelique. Thank you so much for speaking to us, and you go and enjoy your weekend. Asante sana.
Thank you. Thanks, Charlie. All right, and bye to everyone.
Thank you. And to you, thank you so much for tuning in to the Safaricom live chat for today. It's all about hashtag doing more with M-Pesa, hashtag do more with M-Pesa. That's the specific one. M-Pesa is helping so many business owners just simplify their processes. So jump on that bandwagon, *234#, or go online www.m-pesa4business.co.ke. There's even an M-Pesa for Business app. That's amazing. It's helping so many people with that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to us on the Safaricom live chat. We'll probably do this again next week. We'll be back. We love talking to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm seeing Blanche Kituku, Mary George tuned in, Winnie Burunga. Asante sana for tuning in. And also, asante to Safaricom for giving us this opportunity. Asante sana. Thank you to Centonomy. They've given us those books, but have you commented? You have a few seconds to go to comment, tafadhali. You have a few seconds to go. If you have a till number right now, comment your business name and your till number. Sizey, and you stand a chance to win yourself a copy of Making Sense, a book by Washeke Ndwati, the founder of Centonomy, someone who knows a lot about business and money. So make sure you comment that right about now. So asante sana to Centonomy for giving us that, to Safaricom for giving us the opportunity, to Aiga Bantu Studios for setting all this up, and of course to me, your friend, your homie, Charlie Karomi. It's been a pleasure hosting you guys on the Safaricom live chat. You know what? The weekend is about to begin, and we're done with the live stream. We will see you guys next time. Asante sana for tuning in, and I'm out of here. Let's go.